Welcome to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Today, we'll show you how to use the spirit of love and self-worth to improve the connections with everyone else in your life. This program is your weekly gift, and it will keep on giving. You'll see. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jean Marie Farish.
Well, hello and Happy New Year to our listeners around the world. I hope you're all faring well. I'm Dr. Jean Marie, your host, coming to you live from the Voice America Empowerment Channel, shining love light into your hearts and homes to empower your life with love. You know, we've been through some challenging times and we're ready for a new start. And what a fantastic way to bring in the new year with our amazing guest, Debbie Johnson, world-renowned medium and channel to the angels who radiates brilliant love light. Here today on our first show of the new year, Ask Your Angels, Angelic Assistance, and more. Debbie will take live calls from listeners, so call now. USA callers dial 1-888-346-9141. International callers dial 001-480-553-5760. As stated in her mission, Debbie quotes, "My job is to help you hear what your angels are trying to tell you so that you can understand how they are talking to you." Her goal, to help you hear them better on your own. The more we understand how the spirit world communicates, the more we can access this wisdom on our own in our daily lives. My dream, as Debbie quotes, is to inspire every soul I can to listen to their heart without question, and in doing so, raise the overall vibration and joy of the planet. How wonderful is that? Debbie Johnson has been working with the Angelic Realm and clients all over the world for over 18 years. She brings messages from your angels to you by channeling archangels, past loved ones, spirit guides, and healing. A medium, healer, angel reader, public speaker, professional songwriter, and composer of healing music, I now welcome Debbie to our show. Welcome, Debbie.
Jean, I'm honored to be here. Hi, everybody.
Yes. Debbie, thank you so much. We are looking forward to you kicking off the new year, and we're going to be taking live calls from listeners. Debbie, before we get started, is there any kind of message you'd like to give us for the new year of 2022? We've been through such challenging times.
Yes, I know. Well, first of all, I have to tell you guys, angels talk to us through synchronicities. You know, synchronicities is not really coincidence. Synchronicity can be angels and often is. So, in the past few days, I have seen angel numbers, which is repeating numbers, and also an animal, like a spirit animal. And I looked up the meanings of all these things, and they all meant the same thing. And I'm like, this is a message. This is a big message. And today, when I went inside my heart, what is the message for everyone? And the angels go, we have showed you all week.
Yes.
And the message is faith. Have faith.
Yes.
We've been through the hard year, past 2 years. This year is about us having faith and hope.
Debbie, that's so beautiful. And when you said that, it made me think about one time when I was going through a trying time, and this car tag behind me or in front of me had "have faith," and immediately it shifted my whole vibration.
That was a synchronicity. Yeah, I love that. That was not an accident.
No, it was not. Is there anything else before we begin with callers? I think we have some callers on hold. Anything you'd like to share?
I'm excited.
Okay.
Well, yeah. There's a little piece I want to add to that.
Okay.
And I've heard people ask us, like, why are we alive during this time? You know, these are hard times. Why, angels, did you stick us here during this time?
Yes.
And the answer is, everyone collective here who's seeking spirituality, who's seeking higher vibration, We are here to hold space for those who can't. Why are you here? To hold space, hold the hope, hold the faith for everyone who can't.
Wow, that is so beautiful. That is beautiful, Debbie. What a fantastic message for us, because many of us are saying, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. It's too much stress, too much worry. So you've really given us a reason to keep our vibration high and stay in that love light vibration to help those who are struggling. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Well, Debbie, we have a caller on hold, Melissa, in Florida. Welcome, Melissa, to our show.
Hi, it's Melissa. I'm a longtime client of Debbie's.
Oh,
How are you?
Hi, Melissa.
Thank you so much, Melissa. What is your question for Debbie?
Well, actually, it's right on point with having faith. And what do you do when you feel you've had faith on something and you've asked your angels, for the messages, and sometimes they come, sometimes they're not as clear. What do you do, or how do you sort of sharpen your faith, I guess, is the best question.
Okay, they're going to answer this directly for you, but it's going to help other people to hear it. Angels say to have faith is also to release it and let it go. So sometimes holding on to wanting the answer causes a resistance in the energy. So letting it go loosens the energy.
So just even having faith in the faith, like just saying, okay, I have faith that you're going to do what you need to do, and I'm going to let it go.
Exactly. Holding on to why am I not causes resistance.
Right. And just believe that it's coming, and not be tied down to where is it or when is it. Just believe it's coming.
Yep, that's it. Perfect.
Great. Thank you.
Well, Melissa, thank you for that question. It made me think about times when I have pending decisions, and I know recently I had a pending decision, and I put it in my spirit, and I asked the angels for their help, and I just let it go. And then one morning when I woke up, the answer was clear as a bell. And I was like, God, and it gave me reinforcement that when I just put it out there for the angels to give me the guidance and let it go, I didn't worry about it anymore. The answer just came so very clear. And I think I shared that with Debbie once before.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you, Melissa, for calling, and because we do need to keep that faith. And Debbie, thank you so much for, sharing with us about releasing that resistance and having faith and believing that our answer will come. We have a caller on hold. We have James in Boca Raton, Florida. Welcome to our show, James. And what is your question for Debbie?
Well, hello. I want to say Happy New Year. And
thank you.
My question to Debbie.
Hi, James.
Happy New Year. Hi, Debbie.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. My question
New Year.
is, do the angels have a message for me for the year 2022 going forward?
Yes. They are showing me 222, which is an angel number that means divine order. So everything in your life is actually lined up perfectly right now, the way it's supposed to be. They also show me a blonde in your life. So I don't know if you've met her or around her, but there's a blonde in your aura, or I can see her hair in your aura.
Okay.
So that felt romantic, like someone is either already around you or close or already in conversation. And I saw very blonde hair. So I think you have, it feels like a relationship, or it's already going, or already brewing, or something's going on.
Well,
or close.
I hope it's brewing, but I don't know.
It's close.
It's close. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe she plays bocce.
Yeah, but there's relationship. Everything's lined up just the way it's supposed to be. But also something about relationship for you, too, is lining up just the way it's supposed to be.
Sounds wonderful.
Well, congratulations. Yes, good news, James.
So do we have a time frame, Deb?
Angels say 6 months, so within 6 months.
6 months, okay. Well, it'll be a beautiful time of the year. Not as nice as it is now, but it is beautiful out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything's exactly as it's supposed to be. It's all just the way it's supposed to be right now.
Well, isn't that faith and just trusting in the divine timing?
Yeah, that's another, like, letting go of whatever's not there yet and just release it. Same thing, same message as Melissa, like, just release it and know it's coming.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, James.
Well, ladies, I want to thank you both.
Well, thank you for calling.
Out on the court. Thank you.
Yes. And congratulations on your future encounter. Well, Debbie, I had a message, a question from a listener, and it's from Betty, and she wanted to know if she would marry this year.
Before you even finished the sentence, I heard yes. So that's a big yes. It was there was no hesitation. It was right away yes.
Wow, what great news. She's going to love. She's listening, and I'm sure she's just delighted to hear that. Yeah. Well, again, anything else for Betty that you'd like to share? Just a big yes?
Well, it's so interesting. Everyone's got the same similar message, is for her to have faith. And I got yes, is to have faith. The fact that I'm picking up a yes means someone's already thinking about it. Have faith in them. Have faith in them.
Wonderful. Yeah. Good news. Good news. So I just want to share with listeners, take advantage of this wonderful opportunity to connect with Debbie. Call now. USA callers dial 1-888-346-9141. International callers dial 001-480-553-5760. So Debbie, a lot of times we're confused about decisions that we need to make. Do our past loved ones guide us, or can you tell us more about who comes in, the archangels, past loved ones? How do we know who's coming in to help us, and why do they want to really help us?
Well, when angels and loved ones see us from heaven and they see we're not in joy, and a lot of times if you're confused, you're not in joy, you're stressed, they'll try to send comfort or give you some kind of a thought or, a feeling out of nowhere. So you may have this moment of hope, or even a song may play, like you saw the license plate.
Yes.
That was from an angel. That was from a human angel. A loved one made you look at that plate or line up right behind that car.
Yes.
A loved one may put a song in your head or play a song out loud right when they know you're distressed. But angels say when we're confused, don't do anything. It's time to not do. It's time to sit and gather more info.
Yes, that is beautiful. And there's so many signs, like you indicated, how angels or past loved ones communicate with us. And I remember one time I went into my bathroom. I was in and out during the day, and that evening, as I was getting ready to retire, there was a long white feather on the rug of my bathroom floor. And I was just astounded. And I shared it with you, and you said that was from my grandmother who had passed away.
She got in there and dropped that off.
Yes. The different signs and and synchronicity. So we have to be alert and pay attention. And Debbie, you have a beautiful meditation, or I think a walking meditation. I received it along with the reading that I had with you before. And that walking meditation is so powerful in terms of getting us out of the thinking mind into the heart, being quiet. And also you talked about being in gratitude, which I found that meditation so helpful. Can you share with us how meditation can help us connect with our angels? And what is it as you see it? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love that's so cool you like that one. So particularly, we need to know angels are not in our mind. They're not spinning. When we are in that confusion or racing mind and the brain is trying to figure it out, angels aren't in that. They are in the quiet and the deep breath and the undercurrent under it. Understand that. How do you stop the spinning mind?
Yes.
Meditation. And some people tell me, if I sit down, my mind gets worse, right?
Yes.
It starts spinning worse. So walking, the act of actually moving one foot in front of the other, quiets the mind. Treadmill, walking. So that's a good way for people who sit down and try to meditate and it just doesn't work for them. Walking stops the mind. But when the mind stops, it's when you're not thinking, the angels can get in. That's why it's important to meditate. Yeah. Or find some way to quiet the mind.
Well, that's a beautiful walking meditation, so I would highly recommend that. Well, Debbie, I think it's time for us to take a brief commercial break, so everyone don't go away. We will be right back with more from our amazing guest, Debbie Johnson, world-renowned medium and channel to the angels on our show today. Ask your angels, angelic guide, angelic assistance, and more. So call now for guidance from Debbie. USA callers, dial 1-888-346-9141. International callers, dial 001-480-553-5760. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Announcing Dr. Jean Marie Farish's new book, Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations. This is the companion piece to Dr. Farish's best-selling book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being. Through the new book, we invite you to cultivate a lifestyle of love through daily devotional practices over a 21-day period, following 9 ingredients in the recipe of love. Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations is available on Amazon.com and Balboa Press.
Jean Marie Farish's Center for Conscious Loving, LLC, cultivates a lifestyle of love and wholehearted connections through personal growth, altruistic services, and speaking engagements. Resources include classes, workshops, life care coaching, and creative service projects with an emphasis on cultural arts. Visit the website at drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. That's drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. Or click the link on the Love Light show page.
Best-selling authors international, news honors best-selling authors around the globe. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is featured in the newly released issue of Published Magazine. To have first access to this treasured resource, go to publishedmagazine.com. Vicki Winterton and Dr. Jean Marie Farish have compiled a dynamic book, We're All in This Together, Embrace One Another, an anthology with 24 highly diverse co-authors who share how to spread the message of love, resilience, inclusivity, and compassion. This book is an invaluable source of uplifting, inspiring, and positive insights for spreading positivity in the world. We're All in This Together, Embrace One Another is available on Amazon.com. Be sure to get your copy today. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is proud to announce the release of her new book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being, available now at Balboa Press. This book will help you master your life and flourish in love. You'll learn how to become a better and more evolved you. Feel good by making life-affirming choices. Deepen your feelings and expressions of love. Tune in love and sustain the change. And flourish in love and find your joy. Visit BalboaPress.com and search for Living in the Spirit of Love and enjoy Dr. Parrish's new book today. Ascension expert Judy Satori's Ascension Library will activate your true soul and human potential. Access a selection of audio-based meditations, energy transmissions, and live-streamed video events. Transform your reality with popular programs such as the transcripts of Mary Magdalene for heart-opening, beautiful, to radiate your inner beauty, and the body balancing and physical regeneration pathway to become more energized. Ignite your spark and live a life of passion and purpose. Explore membership options to activate a 5-day free trial. Visit ascensionlibrary.org.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You are tuned in to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Feel free to connect with our program through email or check out our links on Facebook. Reach Jean at Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. That's Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. And now, back to Love Light.
Well, you've been listening to Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love. I'm your host, Dr. Jean Marie, and coming back from commercial break, we will continue now with our amazing guest, Debbie Johnson, world-renowned medium and channel to the angels, on our show today, Ask Your Angels, Angelic Assistance, and more. Debbie's taking live calls from listeners. USA callers dial 1-888-346-9141. International callers dial 001-480-553-5760. Take advantage of this opportunity if you need clarity about a decision or you're at a crossroads or anything that you need guidance with. Debbie is here to take your call. Well, Debbie, thank you so much for our guidance on having faith and believing. That's so powerful for us now. One question that I have for you is that how can we talk a lot on this show about self-love and loving others or whatever. Do our angels have any guidance about how we can, help others, our loved ones, who may be in difficult situations, and also help ourselves through love?
So, I love it. So love is the key. Love is the key. So we talked, Melissa had a question, and I talked about resistance. So if you're holding on like, you cause energetic resistance. So when we want to help someone, if we're hurting ourselves, we're going to find we're getting that resistance. Angels talk about energy. You don't want resistance, because then when you start to compromise self-love, you can put that resistance up, which doesn't help either party. Neither one gets help. So the energy gets stagnant or still, and no one benefits. So that's the key. That's the key. Like, am I in self-love? Am I helping someone in the family or someone I love out of love? Or do I feel guilty or fearful? And those guilt and fear are in the same energy. They actually cause resistance.
Wow, that's so powerful. Is there an example of a favorite story where perhaps that you helped someone really discern whether they were, helping out of guilt or really, in that vibration of unconditional love?
Well, I have one between me and my mother, and I'll share with you guys, because I got an angel. Angels told me, don't go visit your mom right now. I'm like, no, she needs me to. I decided it was important. And it was very stressful for me to go. It was not good timing, but I went anyway. I was not listening. And this is why I bring this up is angels are always telling us what to do, but a lot of times we're like, that's crazy. Let's just do what we want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just went to see her. She was a mess. It was not a good time to see her. She was stressed out. The house was like being rearranged or worked on. It was not, the energy was just all full of that resistance, like I had talked about. And if I had just listened to the angels and went another time, it would have been better for both of us. So I thought I was helping, but I was actually hurting myself by making more stress for myself. And to get there, and I'm causing more, feeling stress, and she's not in the right place either.
Yes.
So it's more about like listening to trust your own resistance to something. It's there for a reason.
So paying attention to how you're feeling, and if you're just pushing against what you're really guided to do, and you just go ahead and do what you think is appropriate, it can
or guilt out of guilt or fear.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Great. That's a great example. Now, what about, I have a question about our deceased loved ones, those who've passed away. What if there are unresolved issues, that there were things unsaid, unfinished business, or maybe some negative things that happened that you weren't able to forgive or reconcile or whatever? What can be done? Because I know we're dealing with a lot of losses now, right? With the pandemic and things like that. So is there a message regarding, what if things were unsaid or unresolved? Can that be repaired or fixed in any way?
Absolutely. So there's a couple ways it gets processed. So sometimes when people cross and the situation is unresolved, they'll actually be stuck energetically in this place. It's called earthbound, or I call it earthbound. And they'll be in your, probably in your home. And how you'll know they're there is the water starts acting up, the plumbing, you have a leak. Some people get floods. All kinds of water issues will start to happen in the home. And that means the party who passed is stuck and unresolved. Another way, if they actually go to the light, or, they go with peace to the other side, they'll start this thing called processing, where they heal the issues that they had. And as they heal in heaven, you start to heal on earth. The other party will start to heal on earth.
Wow, that's so powerful.
Maybe 6 months after someone passes, if you're not having water issues, you're probably going to get peace or some kind of clarity on something you had an issue with them. And I want to say, if you call that person in, they hear every word you say. Every time I talk to someone in heaven, they're like, I hear you, I can hear you. We don't realize they can hear us. They hear you. You call them, you want to talk to them, they hear everything you say.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so powerful.
But if they're stuck,
no,
sorry, Jean, what was that?
No, go ahead. No, flow.
So, if they're stuck, if the water problem, your house is like full of water, or issues, toilet backing up, all this going on, and you've got someone you're still very stressed about an issue that you might have had with someone, that's when you call Michael in, and Michael, please help this person have peace. Any water issue usually means someone is not at peace in heaven. They did not They're earthbound. They did not get peace because they were upset when they passed.
Wow.
And Michael can help release it.
So we can call on Archangel Michael. What about other archangels, just to kind of inform us about how we can call in our archangels for help?
Oh, yeah, they all have a special purpose. Gabriel I love Gabriel. He is awesome with, I don't know what the heck to say. I asked Gabriel to help me before we got on the air.
I do too.
What do you say? Perfect. And he gave you awesome words. Like it's Gabriel is a messenger. How do we say what we need to say? Michael is protection and clearing and energetic clearing. One angel that we don't talk about a lot that I love is Metatron. That angel is in charge of what do I do next? Order. If you're stuck on, I don't know what to do next. I'm like, I did everything I thought I was supposed to do. What do I do next? Ask Metatron to guide you on the next indicated action.
Great.
It's a really good one.
Well, Debbie, can our loved ones from heaven be our guardian angels, or who are guardian angels?
Oh, most of the time they are loved ones. So usually a loved one will take on, they want to be the guardian angel. And they could even be a loved one you haven't met, but they knew your mother or father, and they'll just watch over the entire family. But they'll put thoughts in your head, don't turn left today, don't go that way, don't get on that plane. There'll be little underlying thoughts that they give you, and that's how guardian angels work.
I was going to ask you, what can they see from the other side? I know you talk about they have this aerial view, our angels, they see far and wide, no time limit, nothing. Can you just share more about that in terms of how can they see and how can they, what do they see from the other side?
So they can see the big picture like archangels can, and they can see your future. So they don't have time. That's when you said there's no time. Yeah, that's true. So they can see down the road. No, time doesn't really exist over there. They don't even feel time pass. That's a very earthly thing. So they can go, oh yeah, you're going to have that baby. I see the baby already. It's over here. Or you are the one that's going to get married. Yep, I already see it. So they see our future. That's a lot of times in readings how I'll even get any future information is from loved ones because they see it. Yes.
And I know from many readings that I've had with you, loved ones, you say, gosh, your grandmother is right there. You say they're within a certain feet within your presence or whatever. Can you share what a typical reading is like for those who have not connected with you, and what those who come through? Of course, I've had tons of relatives that have come through. Can you just share a little bit about that? Because I think they've even validated the color I was wearing.
Oh yeah, so in a reading, what happens is I can see your 8-foot aura and who's in it. So if we're talking and I'll say someone's here, that means they just walked into your 8-foot radius. And they'll begin to show me what colors are near you or what you're standing next to, just so you know that they're really there and where they are in the room. But if they're not in your 8-foot radius, I can't really read them yet. I'm in your radius, like in your 8-foot radius. So And a lot of times they'll come one at a time. You can feel the energy shift, and a new person comes in, and a new person comes in, and they'll be standing by different things in the room. But that's how the readings work, by who comes in that 8-foot aura of yours.
Yes, it's amazing. Because not just one person can come through, several can come through, right?
Oh, yeah. And sometimes one that's been there a while that's kind of figured it out. So when we go to heaven, what I understand is you have to kind of learn how it works. Our senses are different over there. We think, and it's a picture. We try to talk, and it's not sound. So our senses are very different. So you have to kind of figure it out. And one person who's really figured it out, that's in the family, will sometimes open the floodgate for other family members. They'll be the first one, and then the other ones start to come behind them.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Really awesome.
And it helps you really, I think it has for me, it was a calming effect, and it's like, wow, they're coming through with guidance. Makes you feel that they're around you, they're guiding you, and it's so consoling to know that they're there, because I think many people think that, once someone dies, that's it, but really we live on, right? Can you just share with us a little bit about that before we go on break?
Yeah, if I didn't see this stuff myself, I wouldn't believe it. I just see it on a daily basis, that how much we don't, our physical body's gone, but we still are, we still have a little bit of our personality and all these superpowers over there, and it's unbelievable how much they can help.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. Anything else before we go on break, Debbie?
Jean, I just heard Mom, so I don't know. I might be picking up someone that's here for you. I just heard Mom really loud.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that is so
we
great.
Can talk about that.
Well, wonderful. Well, maybe you have some information for me. Well, we're ready for a brief commercial break, so stay tuned for more with our awesome and amazing guest, Debbie Johnson, world-renowned medium and channel to the angels, on our show today. Our first show for the new year, Ask Your Angels, Angelic Assistance, and more. Call now if you need help. USA callers dial 1-888-346-9141. International callers dial 001-480-553-5760. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Announcing Dr. Jean Marie Farish's new book, Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations. This is the companion piece to Dr. Farish's best-selling book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being. Through the new book, we invite you to cultivate a lifestyle of love through daily devotional practices over a 21-day period, following 9 ingredients in the recipe of love. Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations, is available on Amazon.com and Balboa Press. Ascension expert Judy Satori's Ascension Library will activate your true soul and human potential. Access a selection of audio-based meditations, energy transmissions, and live-streamed video events. Transform your reality with popular programs such as the transcripts of Mary Magdalene for heart opening, beautiful, to radiate your inner beauty, and the body balancing and physical regeneration pathway to become more energized. Ignite your spark and live a life of passion and purpose. Explore membership options to activate a 5-day free trial. Visit ascensionlibrary.org. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is proud to announce the release of her new book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being, available now at Balboa Press. This book will help you master your life and flourish in love. You'll learn how to become a better and more evolved you. Feel good by making life-affirming choices. Deepen your feelings and expressions of love. Tune in love and sustain the change. And flourish in love and find your joy. Visit BalboaPress.com and search for Living in the Spirit of Love. And enjoy Dr. Farish's new book today.
Jean Marie Farish's Center for Conscious Loving, LLC, cultivates a lifestyle of love and wholehearted connections through personal growth, altruistic services, and speaking engagements. Resources include classes, workshops, life care coaching, and creative service projects with an emphasis on cultural arts. Visit the website at drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. That's drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. Or click the link on the Love Light show page.
Best-selling Authors International news honors best-selling authors around the globe. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is featured in the newly released issue of Published Magazine. To have first access to this treasured resource, go to publishedmagazine.com. Vicki Winterton and Dr. Jean Marie Farish have compiled a dynamic book, We're All in This Together. Embrace One Another, an anthology with 24 highly diverse co-authors who share how to spread the message of love, resilience, inclusivity, and compassion. This book is an invaluable source of uplifting, inspiring, and positive insights for spreading positivity in the world. We're All in This Together. Embrace One Another is available on Amazon.com. Be sure to get your copy today.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You are tuned in to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Feel free to connect with our program through email or check out our links on Facebook. Reach Jean at Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. That's Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. And now, back to Love Light.
Well, welcome back to Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love. I'm Dr. Jean Marie, your host, and joining me is our awesome and amazing guest, Debbie Johnson, medium and channel to the angels on our very first show of the new year. Today, ask your angels, angelic assistance, and more. And Debbie's taking live calls from listeners. Call now if you're at a crossroads, if you have decisions that you need to make or just want clarity about your life. She's here now. Don't miss this opportunity. USA callers, dial 1-888-346-9141. International callers, dial 001-480-553-5760. Well, Debbie, thank you so much. And, of course, you picked up on my mom coming in. That was such a delight. I am just delighted to hear that. And I'm up for my reading for the new year. And, of course, I have intermittent readings throughout the year to just stay on my path of joy. But one of the things, Debbie, I like to ask you about, you know, a lot of people have lost their jobs. There are a lot of changes, a lot of moves. Many people are searching for their purpose, their passion. What message or guidance can you give our listeners who are looking at what is my purpose?
So, angels have explained purpose this way. They say to go back to childhood when you were about 4 or 5. It's when you came in, you already had your purpose. And it would be, what toy did you love? What did you like to do? What were you into at that age? So, you know, some girls wanted to play with dolls. Some boys want to play, build Legos. It literally, if you go back and look at what your childhood told you, if you revisit it and kind of go into what was I doing, were you cutting the hair of the doll? Were you dressing the doll? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Were you being mom, playing house? And then you go to your life now. It's really where your joy or purpose was. It was already there. And that is because we were born with it. Our purpose is not something we have to find. It already is in us. We came in with it. So that's the best way angels, I'll work with people in sessions and we'll go back in time and look at what you were actually doing as a child, and loving. What did you love? And our purpose is always joyful. We love it. We when we're in purpose, we're not in the grind, and we're not even looking at time. We're not looking at the time.
Yes.
That's you know you're in purpose if you're not looking at your watch.
Yes. So, Debbie, this is a great opportunity for people to really find their joy now, right? Because most, been regimented in jobs, that they didn't like or whatever. So now is an opportunity to revisit that, right? What did I really love? What brought me joy? What brings me joy?
Absolutely. I believe in this energy, in this vibration. We can't be, and this happened a lot during, COVID was a very spiritual experience for a lot of people. A lot of people went inside and really did soul searching within, relationship, jobs. It was a huge soul searching time, and it still is. But I believe in this 2022, the authentic self can't be repressed.
I love that.
It just won't allow you to. It's just not going to work. You have to be authentic, whatever that is for you.
And if we're not, what are the consequences?
Just more stress and less joy.
Mm-hmm. And that's why having a reading with you is so important, because as people are really searching for the answers or trying to reconnect to their true self, you can really provide your angelic guidance to set them on the right path.
Sometimes in the sessions, we can actually go into kind of a trance where I'll even see you in childhood and see what you were into, and how the they'll know. Oh yeah, I remember. So it can help, absolutely help with that, and also help with really finding angels. They go right to the heart of matters. They don't beat around the bush. They go right. What's in the soul? What's going on in the soul?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I love what you said, that this COVID situation has been really a spiritual experience, if we look at it this way. It's time for soul searching, to really, reconnect with ourselves and really get back into that joy mode. Even though I know it's been a lot of things going on, a lot of challenges, losses, changes.
Yeah.
But within that is the gift, right, of getting back connected to who we really are and what we really enjoy.
Yeah, a lot of people have decided, they don't want to waste their life. Unfortunately, a lot of people crossed during this time, which is very painful and very hard, which caused a spiritual reaction in the people still here that made them soul search. So they gave a gift to everyone who stayed.
Wow. Amazing.
It was a very big spiritual gift.
Mm-hmm. So we have to be open and aware to, listen to the messages and the signs and, as you say, the synchronicities, because they're all around us. The angels are always talking to us, right?
Always, always.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's subtle. It can be through someone else's voice. It can be on the TV, but it's repetitive. It's subtle and repetitive.
Yes, yes. I was going to ask you that. How do you know when you get different messages? Which ones are? Who's coming in? Is this positive? Is it negative? How do we discern? We get information all the time. How do we discern?
Well, if it's not being nice to you, it's not from angels. If it's not hopeful, it's not angels.
Mm-hmm. Good sign. So pay attention.
Yeah. If it's criticizing you, that's not angels. So.
Great. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And another question I have about empathic ability, we're around so many people and emotions and feelings, all the time. How can we discern what is ours and what's not ours?
That's a tough one for empaths. Empaths have to really figure this one out.
I know. I'm an empath. So yes.
So the best way to explain that is sudden. If something happens to you suddenly, like all of a sudden your leg hurts, it did not hurt all day. All of a sudden your stomach, it's almost like instantaneous. Or a sudden emotion. You were fine all day and all of a sudden you got real sad. Without reason or explanation. In the moment you get the sudden symptom or sensation, angels, if that's not mine, release it. They will move it off of you within moments if it's not yours.
I had an experience that I shared with you, Debbie, where a friend of mine who passed away from cancer, and I would just get deadly ill, and I shared it with you. It's like, gosh, what's happening? It was intermittently, and you said this person would come back to visit with me, but it was, and you mentioned that and gave me strategies on how to release what wasn't mine, even though the person was coming in not negative, but I was feeling the symptoms.
Yeah. You can feel the symptoms of them just because they visit you. And it's basically psychic information. It's empath is another word for psychic.
Yes. Well, Debbie, can you tell us how listeners can connect with you to get readings? And, I know you have beautiful YouTube videos, Angel News, but if you want to go deeper with Debbie, tell us how listeners can connect.
Well, I have a special offer for anyone. You mentioned Voice America and Jean's show, Love Light. It's 45 minutes for $137. And just email me, Debbie at angelicmessages.com.
Wow. Now that is
and that
definitely...
starts today. That's available today. And
I'm going to book my reading. Thank you so much, Debbie. Take advantage of this wonderful offer by Debbie. Thank you so much, Debbie, for joining me today on Love Light for your divine guidance and inspiration. And our listeners can tune in on demand on the Voice America Empowerment Channel to listen again to the show. Thank you for your angelic guides for being here today. Thank you so much, Debbie.
Jean, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Debbie. So join us next week for our show, Expert Insights Serving Our Global Community with Vicki Winterton. Visit the blog page of my website for your love practice exercise for the week at www.jeanferrisjourney.com. And I'd like to say much gratitude to the Voice America team for making this show a reality and for shining their love light around the world. Our road can be easier as we connect to the guidance available to us from the angelic realm. I wish you immense healing, joy, and inner peace throughout the new year. I'm Dr. Jean Marie Farish, your host, coming to you from Voice America. And remember, an empowered self is a loving self. And keep your love light shining. Thank you so much for tuning in, and Happy New Year to each of you.
Thank you for listening to Love Light this week. Be sure to join Dr. Jean Marie Farish again for another program next Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time and noon Eastern Time on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a wonderful week filled with love, self-worth, and better connections.